Summary: the Slytherin House, more specifically Pansy and Blaise, have been unamused by Draco's behavior lately. It has been decided that the perfect punishment would be to give Draco a love potion that would make him act like a lovesick puppy around Potter. Nothing happens and the Slytherins can't figure out why. "Ooh, I'm going to kill him," seethed Pansy, throwing herself onto the chair opposite to the couch Blaise is lounging against, reading a Quidditch magazine. "Draco?" Blaise asked absently, not even bothering to look at Pansy. "Of course Draco," snapped Pansy. "He's being an impossible prat." Blaise nodded lazily in agreement, having been on the receiving end of Draco's foul moods these past couple of weeks. He has no idea what set Draco off this time. Merlin knows it takes very little to make Draco hex everyone who dares to even look at him these days. Theo refuses to sleep in the same dorm with him, until Draco calmed down and got his shit together. Silence soon fell, broken by the occasional turn of a page. For Pansy, it was a brooding silence, filled with murderous intentions and rage. Blaise briefly wonders what Draco has done now to upset Pansy, but then realized that he actually doesn't care and left the question. "Blaise," Pansy said, breaking the silence, in a sickly sweet voice that sent warning bells ringing immediately in Blaise's head. He hummed, casually turning a page and trying to appear nonchalant. "How do you feel about teaching our little Drakey a lesson?" Blaise finally looked at Pansy with a raised eyebrow, and what he saw twisted on her face was the wickedest and the most downright Slytherin smile he has ever seen. "What do you have in mind?" It was Theodore that finally suggested the love potion idea, since all their other ideas had some fatal flaw or another. He was almost giggling with evil glee at the thought, and Pansy could kiss him for his brilliant idea. They all agreed that the target would be Potter, for it would make the results far more satisfying seeing Draco madly in love with the golden ball, although Blaise seemed more in favor of Weasley. Getting the love potion was stupidly simple, thanks to the Weasley twins and them masking the potion as perfume, all part of their delivery system. Filch didn't suspect a thing. Tansy had to barely hide the fact that she was the owner of a love potion, since everyone was buying them in hopes to discreetly slipping it into Harry Potter's drink or in some chocolates, as was Ramil Devane's approach, so he could ask one of them to Professor Slughorn's Christmas party. Tansy sneered at the girl's pathetic attempts at wooing the heart of the bull who lived. Part 2 of the plan is to get Draco to drink the potion. Blaise and Pansy both knew that making Draco coffee, with the love potion in it, and giving it to him as a token of their friendship would just make Draco highly suspicious and probably get Crabbe to drink it. That would be highly amusing, seeing Crabbe all over Potter, but would defeat the whole point of punishing Draco. Tansy filed that idea for later use, though, for it had merit. In the end, it was the simple approach of pouring the potion into Draco's morning pumpkin juice when he wasn't paying attention that was agreed upon. Easy peasy. Since Draco has been highly distracted of late, Tansy worries about him, for he has gotten thinner and black smudges have been appearing under his eyes from too little sleep, too dark for any spell or potion to conceal. Tansy has tried asking Draco what's wrong. Blaise too, but he refuses to tell anyone and just disappears the whole day with Crabbe and Goyle. The whole of the Slytherin 6th year discreetly watched Draco have his breakfast that day, secretly smirking at each other. The word already spreading about the plan, most openly agreed that it was the best way to punish Draco for giving some of them the nastier hexes. Crabbe and Goyle were the only ones who didn't know, since those two couldn't keep a secret even if all the world's bakeries depended on it. "Are you seeing anything different?" Whispers Blaise to Pansy while they worked on the newest potion and Professor Slughorn was fawning over Potter. Tansy shook her head. "I don't understand. He should be mooning over Potter and doodling little hearts with H+Ds in them." She and Blaise stared at Draco's back intensely. So far there have been no changes in Draco's behavior. He's still as bad-tempered as he ever has been, if not more, which made any regret Pansy had over giving Draco the potion evaporate. Now she couldn't wait for him to turn into a lovesick puppy. "Do you think it was faulty?" asked Pansy after a while. "The potion, I mean." Blaise didn't look convinced at this theory. "Doubt it, we are talking about a Weasley's Wizard Wheezes product." "You did pour in the whole bottle, right?" Tansy nodded, frowning in confusion. "The potion by all means should have taken an effect on Draco at least half an hour ago, yet absolutely nothing." "Hey." Millicent leaned forward from her seat behind them, Blaise and Pansy both turning towards her in question, and whispered, "Have you given Draco the love potion yet?" "We gave it to him during breakfast," Blaise confirmed. Millicent looked dubious. "Are you sure?" Because it doesn't look like you did. They all looked at Draco's back in puzzlement. Dinner came and with it no change in Draco's attitude the whole day. He ate a little bit of dinner, which was more than he has been eating of late, and just sat there, staring blankly at the dinner table for most of it. Pansy has long ago given up on nagging Draco to eat more, because all her efforts get her are death glares and hexes that are on the foul side of things. Pansy and Blaise have tried to include him in their conversations a few times, even mentioning Potter's name to see his reaction, with some hope that he would sigh dreamingly, at least. Instead they got a sneer and rolled eyes. The whole house was highly disappointed and listed this experiment as a complete and epic failure to which none of them will ever speak of again. Ever, because to do so would bring shame upon all of them. They watched Draco stand up and walked out of the great hall, and were about to get back to their own dinners in disappointment, but not before seeing Draco glancing back at Potter, the look on his face that made Pansy's breath hitch. It was the softest expression they had ever seen on Draco, one with no mask or shutters, of longing and wanting but never having. It was vulnerable, open and heartbreaking to see, and as quickly as that look came, it went, and the Malfoy facade was firmly back in place, as though it never slipped. Draco walked out and didn't look back. Pansy and Blaise sat in stunned silence as the world, carried on as though nothing significant or major just happened. You don't think that the love potion didn't work because... Blaise trailed off helpless, unwilling to finish the sentence. Oh, Draco, Pansy whispered softly.